Robert Heinlein, who was an American author, and Pearl Buck, who was an American novelist, were these two individuals who said these words. Today, more than ever, we see the need and necessity to search our yesterday, to make sense of all our present and tomorrow. Because today we live in a world which, with all its complexities and advancements in tech and transport, demands that we look back, so that we do not fall into the same pitfalls of destruction, hate, and division as those who came before us. Edmund Burke, an Anglo-Irish statesman and philosopher, said, "Those who don't know their past, those who don't know their history, are doomed to repeat it." So ladies and gentlemen, let me take you on a journey back to the foundations of my religion, of my faith, and maybe we will find the answers to our modern day problems in the scriptures of the so-called past. In our case, the Holy Quran and the sayings and practice of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. And more recently, for us as members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, in the Promised Messiah, the founder of our community, and his successors. If I can ask, just by show of hand, how many of our guests and even members of the community, the word Islam and the word Muslim, what is the translation of these words? How many of you are aware of the literal translation, the meaning of the word Islam and Muslim? Just by show of hands. There's no wrong answers. I won't pick any of you. Okay. I'll try. Okay. You know, just. The word Islam means peace. If I call myself a Muslim, I am someone who is supposed to radiate peace through my words and through my actions. But the question is, how do we achieve peace that we're all after? It is by submitting for us as Muslims to the will of God, to the commandments of God, to the one who created us, the one who knows our blueprint, the one who knows our weaknesses and the one who knows our strengths. So in the Holy Quran, the verses that I have recited before you, it says, "O ye who believe, be steadfast in the cause of Allah, bearing witness in equity, and let no people's enmity incite you otherwise than with justice. Be always just, that is nearer to righteousness, and fear Allah, surely Allah is aware of what we do." Levels of justice and righteousness demand that we don't have one principle for one group, but another principle for another. The Holy Prophet of peace and blessings of Allah be upon him said, and he addressed them, and he said, "Nations before you have been destroyed. Nations before you have been destroyed because they had one rule for one group of people, but another rule for another group of people." And he said that even if my daughter, my own daughter, committed a crime that she should not do, I would be the first one to stand in line and punish her myself. These are the values that we see being eroded in society today. Countries who have power assert the rights of those who don't. I had the good fortune of traveling to Africa, to Ghana, for a couple of months. And I saw the resources being taken out of that country and taken all the way to another part of the world. And those farmers, those people who worked day in, day out, who worked so hard to extract a few cocoa beans, to extract a few kilos of shea butter, to make coal, they got pennies on the dollar. That's the world that we live in. A true Muslim is one from whose tongue and hand people around him or her are safe. The Holy Prophet said, "Forgive him who wrongs you. Join him who cuts you off. Do good to him who does evil to you. And speak the truth, although it be against yourself." So when I say, and when the Prophet says, that we should have the same rule for every single person in society, this is based on the verse of the Holy Quran. It says, say the truth, speak the truth, act with justice. Even if it is against people that you know or people even if it is against people who are your friends or people who are not your friends. And so far so, that even if it is against your own parents, you should speak the truth and stand up for what is right. The life of the Prophet is a living testimony for us as Muslims that this can be achieved. We can show patience in the face of afflictions and difficulties. We can forgive those who have wronged us. We can show justice to those who met us with injustice. And most importantly, and this is the one bit that I would like you to go away with, we can connect to that one being that has the power and the ability to give us the strength to bear all the difficulties that we go through in life with. The founder of our community says, "My state is such that I am offering prayers and I hear the voice of someone in pain. I would prefer to break the prayer if I can assist him." He says, "My heartfelt desire is to alleviate his suffering and to show him as much compassion and sympathy as possible." The worldwide head of our community, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, the current Caliph, the spiritual leader who resides here in the UK, has been talking about justice, has been talking about the rights of people around us for the past 21 years. He has traveled extensively. Capitol Hill, the European Parliament, the New Zealand Parliament, the Norwegian Parliament, the German Army headquarters, you name it. And everywhere he went, he spoke about the Islamic principles. And he says, "And so, as the head of a worldwide community, it is my duty that I should grow towards establishing peace. An obligation because Islam's very meaning is peace and security. If certain Muslim countries carry out or promote hateful acts of extremism, it should not lead to the conclusion that Islamic teachings promote disorder or strife." I have just quoted a verse of the Holy Quran, and within it is a lesson of how to establish peace. Furthermore, the founder of Islam, the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, taught his followers to always give salam. You notice we started today's proceedings by the speaker saying, "Assalamu alaikum." That again is a greeting of, whenever we meet anyone, we give prayers. We say, "Assalamu alaikum." May peace be upon you. Know from his blessed example that he would invoke peace to all non-Muslims, be they Jews, Christians, or the people of any other faith or beliefs. He did so because he understood that all people formed part of God's creation, and because one of God's name is the source of peace, and so he desires peace and security for all of mankind. On another occasion, he said, "Islam teaches Muslims never to waver in the pursuit of peace." So, what do we do? What can we do? If we are up against governments around the world who have billions and billions of dollars and pounds at their disposal, we just need to flick a button and they can destroy half the world. What is it that you and I, sitting here in London, what can we do? Well, for us as members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the question or the answer is very simple. We've heard in the previous something that we all have in common. We believe in God. We're all children of God. God is our Father. We believe that God did not leave mankind on its own. What kind of father just says, "Just go and see what happens to you. I'm not going to protect you. I'm not going to speak to you." We believe that that God, that Father, speaks to us today, to you, to you. Nothing is stopping that God from speaking to you and I except ourselves. We are the ones who limit God from speaking to us. So the promised Messiah, the founder of our community, said, "I have two missions. There's two reasons why I have been sent. One, to establish that connection between man and God that has been severed. And secondly, more importantly maybe even, the connection that you and I have as a human family. What are the rights that I owe to you? What are to me? What I need to do to you, for you, in order to be the good works of God. Created not the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them in sport. He created them not, but with the requirements of truth and justice. But most of them understand not. We have the ability to create an environment and world whether you are, where you're not judged based on the color of your skin, but on your character. Where you are not put into boxes based on your faith and religion, but your abilities to be a productive part of society. I would like to end with the last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, known as the Farewell Sermon. In his entire life, the Holy Prophet did one pilgrimage, which is obligatory for every Muslim around the world to do once in their lifetime. He also did that once in his life. For 23 years he faced persecution. He tried to go to Mecca, but it didn't work. So the last sermon that he gave in his life was a summary of the teachings of Islam. What does it mean to be a Muslim? He said, "O people, lend me an attentive ear, for I know not whether after this year I shall ever be amongst you again. Therefore listen to what I am saying to you very carefully, and take these words to those who could not be present here today. O people, just as we regard this month, this day, this city as sacred, so regard the life and property of every Muslim as a sacred trust." Now, he mentioned Muslim here because Muslims were, but it is the consensus within the Islamic scholars that this is the human family that he's talking about. He says, "Return the goods entrusted to you and to their rightful owners. Hurt no one, so that no one may hurt you. Remember that you will indeed reckon with these. Beware of Satan for the safety of your religion. He has lost all hope that he will ever be able to lead you astray in big things. So beware of following him in small things. O people, it is true that you have certain rights with regards to your women, but they also have rights over you. Remember that you have taken them as your wives only under Allah's trust and with His permission. If they abide by your right, then to them belongs the right to be fed and clothed in kindness. Do treat your women well and be kind to them, for they are your partners and committed helpers. O people, listen to me in earnest. Worship Allah, perform your 5 daily prayers, fast during the month of Ramadan, and give your wealth in zakat. Perform Hajj if you can afford it. All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab any superiority over an Arab. A white has no superiority over a black, nor does a black have any superiority over a white. And the only thing that makes us better in the sight of God is our level of righteousness. What does righteousness mean? How do I treat my neighbors? How do I treat my wife? How do I treat my children? How do I treat the people that I know and the people that I don't know? How many people around me feel safe through my tongue and from my hands? Remember, one day you will appear before God and answer for your deeds. So beware. Do not stray from the path of righteousness after I am gone. And that is what I would like to end with. We see the kind of atrocities in the world being committed to elderly, to the innocent. Because we think we are God. Some of us. We play God. Because we have the power to end life or to give life. But we don't realize that one day we will stand in front of that being who is the creator of all, who is the Lord of all. And we will go back to the Father. And the Father will ask me, and us, all of us, "Son, oh daughter, I gave you life. I gave you time. I gave you good and evil. What have you done with it? Did you use it to hurt your brothers and sisters? sisters, or did you reach out and stretch your helping out to them? That's the question that all of us will have to answer one day or another. That's a given. Thank you.
Okay, we have a small tradition to present a little token of our appreciation to our guests. In our program recently we had a question and answer session, but I'm aware of the fact that Mr. Mayor has to be ready as well. So I just thought if we do the gift presentation first, and if our regional and news can come and present these little token of our